For thousands of years, humans have looked at the creatures that share our world and wondered, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? What might they say if we could only understand them? This desire to speak with animals is a dream as old as our own stories. It appears in ancient myths and in our favorite films, where wise owls give advice and loyal dogs share their thoughts. We have always felt a deep connection to the animal kingdom, a sense that we are all part of one great living family. This curiosity is a beautiful part of what makes us human. It shows our desire to connect, to understand, and to see the world through another's eyes. This dream has always felt like just that, a fantasy, something that could never truly happen. We have learned to understand animals through their actions. We know a dog wags its tail when it is happy, or a cat purrs when it is content. We observe their behavior, and we make our best guesses. But a true conversation, a real exchange of ideas and feelings, has remained just beyond our reach. We have been like someone standing outside a house, hearing the sounds of a party inside, but unable to understand the words being spoken. The barrier between our languages seemed too great to overcome, a silent wall separating our worlds. Imagine walking through a forest and being able to ask a squirrel where it finds the best nuts. Or picture yourself by the ocean, listening to the grand stories of a whale that has traveled across the entire globe. This is the world that we have long imagined. For generations, we believed this would only ever be possible in our imaginations. But something remarkable is happening. Technology, created by the clever minds of humans, is beginning to open a door that was once firmly closed. We are standing at a very special moment in time, where science fiction might just be turning into scientific fact. The possibility of speaking with another species is one of the most exciting ideas of our time. It would change everything we thought we knew about intelligence, consciousness, and our place on this planet. It is not just about satisfying our curiosity. It is about building a bridge of understanding between us and the millions of other living things with whom we share this earth. The journey to achieve this is just beginning, but the path forward is clearer than ever before. We are starting to learn how to listen, not just with our ears, but with the help of powerful new tools that can hear what we cannot. The natural world is never silent. It is filled with a symphony of sounds, a constant stream of communication that we are only just beginning to appreciate. Birds sing complex songs to attract mates or to warn others of danger. Dolphins use a series of clicks and whistles to hunt together and to identify one another, almost like calling out names. Elephants produce deep, rumbling sounds, so low that we cannot even hear them, which can travel for miles through the ground. These are not just random noises. They are languages, rich and complex, developed over millions of years of evolution to help these creatures survive and thrive. The great challenge for us has always been that these languages are completely different from our own. Human language is built on words and grammar that we learn from a young age. Animal communication, however, is often based on patterns of sound, frequency, and repetition that are incredibly difficult for our brains to decode. A single whistle from a dolphin might contain a huge amount of information: who it is, where it is, and what it sees. To our ears, it is simply a whistle. We have been missing the true meaning hidden within these intricate sounds, unable to grasp the full story being told all around us. Think of it like trying to read a book written in a code you have never seen before. You can see the letters and symbols, but you have no idea what they mean. You might notice that some symbols appear more often than others, but you cannot understand the message. This is how humans have felt when listening to animals. We can record their calls and study them, but the underlying structure, the grammar of their language, has remained a mystery. It is a puzzle of immense complexity, one that requires a new way of thinking and a new kind of listener to solve. For this reason, our understanding has been limited. We have been able to say that a certain call means danger or food, but we have not understood the finer details. Do animals talk about the past? Do they have hopes for the future? Do they share emotions like joy or sadness with one another? These deeper questions have been impossible to answer. To truly connect with these creatures, we need more than just our ears. We need a partner that can listen to thousands of hours of sounds and find the hidden patterns that we have been missing for so long. This is where a remarkable new technology comes in: artificial intelligence, or AI. You can think of AI as a superpowered listener. It is a computer system that can be trained to find patterns in enormous amounts of information, far more than any human ever could. Scientists are now using AI to listen to the sounds of the animal kingdom. They feed thousands of hours of animal recordings into these clever computers. The AI then analyzes every click, every chirp, and every rumble, searching for repetitions, sequences, and structures. It is learning to recognize the building blocks of animal languages. One of the most exciting efforts in this field is called Project SETI, which stands for the Cetacean Translation Initiative. A team of dedicated scientists is focusing on one of the ocean's most magnificent creatures, the sperm whale. These whales communicate using a series of powerful clicking sounds, known as codas. For a long time, we knew these codas were important, but we didn't know what they meant. Project SETI is using gentle underwater robots to record the codas of hundreds of sperm whales in their natural home. These recordings are then given to the AI to analyze. The goal is truly astonishing. The AI is learning to identify the different codas and understand how the whales put them together. It is like learning the alphabet of the sperm whale language. Once the AI understands the patterns, the next step is to try to match these sounds to the whale's behaviors. For example, if the whales make a certain sequence of clicks while they are hunting, that sequence might mean, "Let's dive deep." The scientists hope that eventually, the AI will not only understand what the whales are saying, but also be able to generate new codas, allowing us to say hello in their own language. This incredible work is not just happening with whales. Around the world, researchers are using AI to decode the languages of many other animals, from the buzzing of bees to the chirps of prairie dogs. Each species presents a new and exciting puzzle. AI gives us the key to unlock these puzzles, to see the world from a completely different perspective. It is a tool that extends our own senses, allowing us to perceive the rich tapestry of communication that fills our planet. We are on the verge of hearing the first words from a non-human voice, thanks to this powerful partnership between human curiosity and artificial intelligence. What would happen if we succeeded? What would change if we could truly understand what animals are saying? The impact would be profound. Imagine being able to ask a pod of whales what they need to survive, or listening to elephants share ancient knowledge about where to find water. This understanding would transform conservation. We would no longer be guessing what is best for these animals. We could work with them as partners, protecting their homes and their futures based on what they tell us they need. It would be the greatest collaboration in the history of life on Earth. This deep connection could inspire a new level of empathy in humanity. It is one thing to know that a forest is being cut down. It is another thing entirely to hear the voices of the creatures who live there, expressing their fear and their loss. Understanding their languages would make it impossible to ignore them. Animals would cease to be just things. They would become individuals with thoughts, families, and cultures of their own. This shift in perspective could be the most powerful force for protecting our planet's biodiversity, encouraging us all to care more deeply for the natural world. Interestingly, it seems some animals may already be trying to communicate with us. Scientists have observed whales in the wild behaving in ways that appear to be attempts to interact with humans. They sometimes create beautiful, spiraling bubble nets not for hunting, but seemingly just for the people watching from a boat. Is this a form of greeting? A simple hello? We do not know for sure, but it shows a curiosity that mirrors our own. It is as if they are also reaching across the divide, wondering what we might be thinking and who we are. So, I leave you with a question to ponder. How would your life change if you could have a conversation with your pet or with a bird in your garden? What would you ask them? And what do you think they would ask you? The possibility of interspecies communication is no longer a distant dream. It is a scientific quest that is well underway. The day may soon come when we will listen to the sounds of the wild and not just hear noise, but hear a chorus of voices, each with a story to tell. And our world will be all the richer for it.